Matt Roloff details shitty day. What happened? Is Caryn Chandler pregnant? And why the little people? Big world family fell apart. Zach and Tori's new business failing. How will they survive without the show now? I will explain everything. Never miss this video. Before going to the main topic, I would like to say, like this video and please subscribe to the channel. Little People Big World celeb Matt Roloff recently updated his followers with the shitty day he was having recently. So what happened with this situation, and what made it such an unpleasant experience for Matt? The future of the venerable brand remains mostly unclear in the wake of Little People Big World Season 25's conclusion. For many fans, this marked the end of the road since Zach and Tori Roloff, along with their kids, had formally resigned from the show. Of course, the fact that there has been no definitive statement about the franchise's future does not help either. Given this, following the cast members' social media updates is the only way to get regular updates from them. This can help those who are experiencing Little People Big World withdrawal, even while it's obviously not the same as being able to watch the entire season of episodes. According to Matt Roloff's most recent posts, he and his group were recently experiencing a very shitty day. What specifically transpired in this current case to make it so dire? As it happens, Matt's neighbor has a large herd of cows. Matt informed his followers that using cow dung is the greatest way to grow pumpkins. To aid in the growth of the pumpkins, Matt and his team have had to deal with mounds of excrement left over from the cows. Matt and company are more than delighted to help his neighbor get rid of this cow poop, as long as it needs to be disposed of every few years. They may be in his shitty business, but in this instance, it's obvious that they are supporting one another. Matt Roloff continued by informing his fans of Little People Big World that 3 dump trucks were diligently working on the manure. Therefore, everyone has a tremendous duty to do. As it happens, fans of Little People Big World had a lot to say on Matt's most recent update. Ultimately, such work is an unsavory profession, but somebody needs to do it. Matt Roloff Instagram fans. One commenter said, "Boy, I wish I could get my hands on some manure. It's that time of year for sure. Happy autumn, everyone." Another person said, "I'm relieved that it's a manure kind of day. I thought you were having a totally lousy day, haha." A third person added, "Well, I'm glad to hear your *T day was over manure. You had me scared for a minute. Sounds like you'll have some happy pumpkins." Why the Little People Big World family fell apart. Fans of Little People Big World believe Matt Roloff's selfish actions caused his family to break up. Matt, along with his children and ex-wife Amy Roloff, made an appearance on the reality TV show. The subject matter of Little People Big World was their dwarf son Zach Roloff and his brothers. The Roloffs were a content family running the Roloff Family farm where the reality show debuted. When Amy and Matt broke up, there was a divide in the family. Viewers saw that Matt's ego had expanded following their divorce, which had an impact on his relationships with his family. After Matt attempted to sell the family farm, the disagreement over who owned it caused the family to splinter even more. Matt and Amy Roloff's relationship always seemed strained to Little People Big World watchers, so it was not shocking when they called it quits on their 2-decade union in 2016. The reality TV show's 25th season suggested that there was more to the couple's breakup than just growing apart. 3 years after Amy and Matt's September 1987 wedding, their twin boys, Zach and Jeremy, were born. Their son Jacob arrived in 1997, and their daughter Molly arrived in 1993. In her memoir, A Little Me, Amy alleged that Matt started his relationship with Caryn Chandler while they were still married. Why the Little People Big World family fell apart. Fans of Little People Big World believe Matt Roloff's selfish actions caused his family to break up. Matt, along with his children and ex-wife Amy Roloff, made an appearance on the reality TV show. The subject matter of Little People Big World was their dwarf son Zach Roloff and his brothers. The Roloffs were a content family running the Roloff Family farm when the reality show debuted. When Amy and Matt broke up, there was a divide in the family. Viewers saw that Matt's ego had expanded following their divorce, which had an impact on his relationships with his family. After Matt attempted to sell the family farm, the disagreement over who owned it caused the family to splinter even more. Matt and Amy Roloff's relationship always seemed strained to little people, big world watchers, so it was not shocking when they called it quits on their two-decade union in 2016. The reality TV show's 25th season suggested that there was more to the couple's breakup than just growing apart. 3 years after Amy and Matt's September 1987 wedding, their twin boys, Zach and Jeremy, were born. Their son Jacob arrived in 1997, and their daughter Molly arrived in 1993. In her memoir, A Little Me, Amy alleged that Matt started his relationship with Caryn Chandler while they were still married. During a May 2024 Raising Heights podcast episode, Zach and Tori Roloff acknowledged that their relationship with Zach's father, Matt, was not great. The filming ended. You kind of just give yourself some space, and then the show airs 6 months later, and it kind of brings up some old wounds. Dust is settled, but like nothing's been fixed or anything. Zach clarified that Little People, Big World filming occurs a year in advance of the show's premiere. Stuff comes out on social media, and you realize that people are thinking the same thing, and it's kind of a bummer because then it's like, oh, I thought we were kind of evening out a little bit. The characters in the family drama, according to Zach, are still in denial, thinking they didn't do anything wrong. Denying that he had prevented his kids from meeting their grandfather, he wrote it off as internet drama. During the podcast episode, the former reality TV star also made hints about the cause of the family conflict. No, it's not great because of narcissism, he continued, but he expressed optimism that things will get better eventually. But I don't know, more time might heal. With his 2 younger children who have chosen to spend their lives out of the spotlight, Matt enjoys a stronger relationship. Jacob, his youngest child, returned to Roloff Farm with his own family, he disclosed. He's making excellent use of a lot of opportunities, the property covering more than 90 acres. Along with his wife and my son Mateo, he lives and works full-time on the farm. Jacob was the family member he saw the most, he added in his explanation. Additionally, Matt sees Molly, his only child, who resides in Spokane with her spouse Joel. Caryn and I will occasionally take a weekend trip up to northern Washington, and she and Joel will frequently stay at the huge house or at my new place. Molly and Joel had just spent several days with us in Arizona, relishing the warmth and seeing the nearby wildlife zoo. Visiting with the beautiful Molly Jo and her husband Joel is always a pleasure. Tensions between Zach and Matt Roloff initially arose when Matt listed a portion of their farm for public sale after his son expressed interest in buying it. Matt then changed his mind and decided to turn the property into a short-term vacation rental. Matt explained in a Facebook post that the issue was both his twin sons, Zach and Jeremy, expressed an interest in buying the Roloff home and farm from him in the fall of 2021. As twins, they have always been super competitive, but this was one situation that I couldn't let one win over the other, Matt wrote in a social media post. Matt went on to explain that Oregon had strict rules about dividing up land and property. While he did shrink the size of the North Farm by selling the big house, Matt admits he increased the amount of land in the trust account. It hasn't been easy, especially all while being filmed and sometimes even very painful. Matt explained his regret at the whole family feud playing out on the TLC reality show. But in the end, it's all been productive, and although in hindsight I would change several of my processes, I believe the results are better, and I love watching all the kids find their independence and passions on their own terms. Zach and Tori's new business failing. How will they survive without the show now? Little People, Big World, Zach and Tori Roloff's family show is no longer together. For a number of years, they featured their family dynamics on the TLC program. But after a few years, the Lpbw stars made the decision to end their lives off screen. The difficult choice that Zach and Tori made devastated the fans. They were angry that they were unable to learn more about the couple's life following their separation. Thankfully, the reality TV celebrities thought of another way to connect with their audience. The Raising Heights, Tori, and Zach's latest podcast was revealed. At first, their social media following responded to them very well. Through their latest videos, the couple's stories and family updates were adored by viewers. It seems that Tori and Zach's new venture hasn't been able to capture the interest of the audience. Tori and Zach Roloff, stars of Lpbw, never fail to draw attention with their fascinating life updates. Together, they have had a number of drama-free years on TV. The Little People Big World cast members gained notoriety and financial gain from their fan base over time. Their decision to leave the family program caused a lot of people to take notice. Viewers of TLC questioned how the pair would do in the absence of the show. Following the release of their new podcast, The Raising Height, Tori and Zach put an end to all the speculations. In their own unique style, they wished to share their trip with their audience. Fans thought it would be a great way to draw in people and make money as a result. Initially, Tori and Zach's new podcast received a great response from the audience. Many viewers tuned in to find out more about their favorite couple's amazing lives. Through their podcast, the reality TV stars shared heartbreaking stories and a variety of parenting advice. It appears that Zach and Tori are no longer able to hold the interest of the audience. Their early episodes received a lot of viewers. Furthermore, after just one episode, the TLC couple's podcast eclipsed Audrey and Jeremy's. Initially, 101 people viewed Tori and Zach's podcast videos. The couple was shocked to see that the level of popularity of their new company had significantly changed. They have been working so hard, but lately they are only receiving 30,000 to 40,000 views. Fans have been concerned about how the pair will survive if their podcast business won't work. Further, the TLC stars have no other medium to get a stable income apart from Tori's influencer career. Lpbw stars Tori and Zach don't hesitate to share their views on different topics on their podcast. The couple receives love from the audience for their positive thoughts. However, the TLC stars have done the exact opposite this time. Recently, Tori shared her experience with abortion when she had a miscarriage in 2021. The TLC star admitted that she was terrified to be in a room full of other women who were there for abortion. Zach understood and expressed sympathy for victims. He felt people should not opt for something like that in other cases. Fans were upset with Zach's claims and felt that a privileged person like him shouldn't say things like this. Further, they felt that he wasn't aware of other people's needs to get an abortion. No more today. What are you thinking about this gossip today? Let us know in the comments and stay tuned by subscribing to our channel to get more updates like this. Thank you.